Hello, beautiful soul, and welcome to Spiritually Empowered Podcast. Thank you so much for being with me today. Let's take a deep breath in and a cleansing breath out. So I was in the shower like 15 minutes ago, and this teaching, this awareness, this energy just flooded my body, and I just got so excited. And this is going to be, in my opinion, a really, really important discussion. And it's a discussion, right? We have the ability to feel what is true in our bodies. The age of guruism is no longer. And what I mean by that is we're not here to bow at anyone's feet and drink all the teachings from one teacher and see them as holier than thou. When I say guruism, I'm not bashing, spiritual teachers and gurus and the Indian philosophy. What I mean by that is what's no longer relevant is bowing at the feet of a leader or a teacher and seeing them as above or even different than you. Jesus himself, he was a rebel in society, by the way, which if you're on this path of awakening, my love, you are too. And this is not a religious podcast. Winged Alchemy is not a religious, organization no. This is deeper than that. This is the wide open sky of awakening. And if religion is your vibe, then rock that out, right? So we're talking about spirit. We're talking about awakening. We're talking about the one, the unnameable one. Call it God, call it goddess, call it divine. The one, the source, the creator, the one that cannot be named. And I got so lit up on this energy moving through me and what was coming through, and I just had to jump on and talk to you about it. So if I start saying something and then I don't finish my thought, you go finish the thought, because sometimes that's what happens when I channel. So if I start saying something and then just kind of go off to something else, you get to finish the thought, because that's why this is a discussion. This is a collaboration. When truth is heard, truth is felt. So, how about another deep breath? Let's dive in. So let's talk immanence, transcendence, and the holy union. Oh my God. Oh my goddess. So, growing up in this society, I always felt pretty worthless, like God was up there, over there, out there, away from the world, grandfather in the sky, out, transcended beyond the human realm. And my shamanic teacher says we are wounded in the West, and whatever cultures have this belief in creation story. We are wounded by the creation story that we were kicked out of the Garden of Eden. This thing called original sin. We are wounded and split, those who grew up with that philosophy. And I invite you in to just ponder. Don't take what I say as absolute truth, because it's not. It's just what I feel in my bones, and I'm sharing that with you. So something to ponder is, what if this original sin was a story to keep us in slave mentality, to keep us feeling separate from our godliness, and to keep us walking in line? Because those who are on a path of awakening and rebelling against the society, the conditioning, and choosing a path of wholeness and prosperity, are we easily controlled? Hell no. 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 Just a thought. So, anyways, I grew up in this world asleep, you could say. This is called spiritual amnesia, right? We get into the world, we're babies, we're essentially blasted wide open spiritually, we get limited, we get conditioned, and that's not terrible in and of itself, because we have to know how to brush our teeth. Knowing how to brush your teeth is a limitation. I'm not going to take a fork and scratch my ear. It's like anything that we do is a limitation in a way. Limitations are not inherently wrong or bad, but this is a path of deconditioning and becoming who we were at the start, if you will, our essential self. So babies fucking know what's up. Children know what's up. They have this, you know that spirit that has yet to forget. You know the eyes of a baby. Oh my goddess. The eyes of a baby, you can sense it knows its worth. It doesn't question. It is one with source. We are all one with source. Yet we're so powerful that we can forget and go to sleep and live a life of unworthiness and dissatisfaction because we've forgotten. And that's called spiritual amnesia. We forget who we are. And this is the transcendent aspect of the divine, out of time, out of space, disincarnate, out of the human world. And this creates a soul loss until it is integrated. So I know for me, I suffered so much. Here's the thing that I learned from a beautiful teacher, Veronica, who I teach yoga teacher training with. She says, suffering is optional. Pain is inevitable. Suffering is optional. Pain is inevitable. Suffering happens when you forget who you are. Not your label of mom, not your label of girl, not your labels, my love. God itself. Goddess itself, the thing that we cannot name, source, the greatest mystery we'll never know because knowing is mind and mind can't know God. Because what mind knows, mind limits. That's a chair, that's a couch. The way the brain works is that to understand something, it labels something and therefore limits it. We are talking about what is unlimited, mind blown. Mind blown. I've studied this in college. It's like the mind cannot grasp it, and that's okay. It's okay. It's in the heart. There's something deeper in us that's meant to feel this, to feel God inside of us, to feel ourselves as that. So I suffered a lot through, before I woke up, straight up. And what woke me up was Indian philosophy. I bow to you. I bow to the most ancient spiritual texts. The Rig Veda, how old is that text? Google that. Google that. How old is the Rig Veda? Are you kidding me? It is so old. These Indian texts of enlightenment, of wisdom, of poetry, of the song of God, of those who remembered and are remembering. I was asleep, and that's not wrong or bad. That was my soul suffering and my soul loss that I am here to help heal for humanity. Our wounds are sometimes destined because we are here to do the great work of healing for the collective. And these wounds are not personal. Many of them, if not all of them, this thing of unworthiness, is that not a virus? Is that not a program in the matrix? We think that it's all us, but these are viruses in our consciousness that are not natural. And I'm not wronging it, and I'm not saying we wasted our time. No, we are here to help each other heal. So when I found yoga, I literally found God. Straight up. It was like, listen, Ash, number one, where's your breath? Where's your breath? The breath is the bridge between the physical and the spiritual. Yoga is breath. The word yoga comes from the Sanskrit word yuj, Y-U-J, which means to weave, to unite. And Tantra means the same thing in its own way, to weave, to unite these polarities, the dark, the light, the good, the bad, the God, the earthly, the human, the messy, the perfect, the imperfect, to reconcile the split. to become whole again, to recognize our wholeness. So I went through that path of yoga, of the teachings of Brahman equals Atman. The creator God equals the individual soul. Brahman is the creator God. B-R-A-H-A, Brahman. Okay, why am I spelling it? Brahman. Something like that. B-R-A-H, Brahman, M-A-N. Anyways, I don't need to spell it. So, Brahman, the creator God, equals Atman, or the individual soul. What that means, and this is the main teaching of the Upanishads, another ancient Indian text. And I feel like I remember the word Upanishads means sit quietly by the teacher because they're going to whisper something. The Upanishads are the advanced esoteric teachings of this wealth of knowledge, this wealth of wisdom. Whoa. The advanced, the esoteric, right? And you're listening to this because on some level you are ready to remember. None of what I'm sharing belongs to me. The teachings that I'm sharing, the vocabulary that I'm using, this does not belong to me. It's coming through me and it's changed my life. It's helped me heal. It's helped me feel well. It's helped me manifest my dream business, my absolute dream partner, amazing community. It's helped me live so well, and it's just getting bigger and bigger, that wellness in my life and in my heart. So I want to share this with you. So I woke up, and that doesn't mean my pain ended. No, I had to grieve, and sometimes I still grieve for the sleeping souls and the part of me that is still sleeping and the part of me that is still playing the game of unworthiness and insecurity. That is the human experience. We are not here to become void of our pain. Guess what? Pain, joy, joy, pain. If one exists, so does the other. What really fucks with us is called resistance. And even that is beautiful. Do you see what I'm doing here? I'm unshaming every aspect of the human experience right now. Even resistance. You're having an emotion, and you're resisting it. Guess what? The resistance is more painful than the emotion itself. Think about that for a minute. You feel something coming up in you and you go, oh, you kind of stop it. Oh, I don't want to feel that. Or, oh, I'm resisting that. And your face gets hot and you start to feel inflammation through your body and you start to feel that heat through your body. Nervous system rest is a cooling energy. Heat is associated with inflammation and resistance. So let's take a cooling breath right now. I'll teach you a breath. It's called Satali. Right now, it's super easy. 2 ways to do it. One way is roll your tongue and then breathe in through your rolled tongue right now. Close the mouth. Hold the breath at the top. Exhale through your nose. That's a cooling breath, Satali. It cools the nervous system and the body. You can do that just with lips like you're sucking a straw. Just make your lips kind of perched and you can do the same breath. Inhale. Close the mouth. Exhale through the nose. Very great practice when we feel hot with emotional energy, resistance, all of it. So I want to jump to these concepts of transcendence and immanence. So this teaching saved my life, and it is the transcendent teaching. And here it is. You are not your body. You are not your mind. You are not your passing emotions. You are pure, loving consciousness. You are the witness. You are unattached. You are unaffected. You, the real you, is abiding in perfect harmony with all that is. You are unbound. You are limitless. You are unconditional love. You are unaffected by the lows and the highs of this world. You are not your thoughts. You are not your emotions. You are pure, loving awareness. Let's feel that together now. So I want you to, if you're open to it, just close your eyes if you can and just be awareness, the watcher behind your thoughts, the watcher beyond your body, the consciousness that is beyond. Watch every sensation, watch every emotion, completely unattached, completely released from trying to change anything. Let's feel that. Let the breath flow in and out. I am the loving witness. Can you feel your energy expand? What is that like for you? Let's do it for another moment. Be that observer. Put your attention on that inner witness, that loving awareness. Listen, hear. Watch your thoughts pass by like trains in the distance. Unaffected, unbothered, unburdened. This is your true self. That is like nectar. That is transcendence. That is Purusha, pure consciousness. And that is part of the emanation of the divine that we experience as medicine, as truth in these bodies. Can you feel how healing that is? Right? Say you're having all these thoughts or you have pain in your body and someone tells you and you can actually feel it. Whoa. My consciousness is going to go on after this body perishes and returns to the earth. I am infinite. I am not Ashley. I am not singer. I am not child. I am not mother. I am being itself. I am being. I am. Can you feel that? Untethered, unbound, unattached, uninhibited. Let's be with that for another moment before we talk about the marriage of the other side of this. This can save someone's life to literally realize that they are an infinite source being and that they are not their limitations, they are not their labels, they are not their pain, their joy, they are beyond the beyond. And we can sit and abide in our being and be the witness. It's always in there, literally. The witness and that pure consciousness, the witness, the observer, the watcher, the loving awareness. Ram Dass says it, I am loving awareness. I am not this, I am not that. No, it's just I am. I am. It's the breath. I am. I am. It can totally save someone's life to remember this, because we can be so tunnel visioned about life and just coil into our little shells and just feel the overwhelm. But it's like, but wait, remember who you are. This is the awakening from spiritual amnesia right here, right now. Remember who you are. I'm remembering right now with you. Cheers. You could say that is the divine masculine awareness inside each person, whether you identify as man, woman, or neither, or whatever you identify as. There is space for that, for all colors, for all ranges. There is space for that on this planet. And in my opinion, this is not even from me, this is the ancient yogic tantric teachings of the two emanations of the divine. And transcendence is associated with the divine masculine, the pure observation within us. It is the capacity through which we can hold space for ourselves. And if you're a business owner, it's also your capacity to hold space for others, to hold space with others. Or if you're facilitating a session, right? If you do that. When I'm with a client, I am what's called neutral. I mean, I feel empathic. Sometimes I'll cry because I feel into them. My job is to stay neutral, because when you're in that center point of neutrality, you are so available for what's in front of you. There's no meanings that you're placing on anything. There's no emotions that you're putting onto. No, I am that still water. That it's called hollow bone in shamanism, a pure channel for spirit. I didn't say perfect channel, a pure channel for spirit. Hollow bone. And my client, when they scream and shake and their spirit's coming out of them and past lives are healing and they're returning to their bodies if they were drifting off and having a soul retrieval and, cutting cords from it. Like when all this stuff is happening, I am the center point. If they're screaming, I am just like this. I'm just like, yep, I know. Get it all out. Yep, you're safe. I am not in a place of reacting. And that doesn't mean I'll not step in or, no, it just means that the essence that I am holding is neutrality. And that allows me to be absolutely present, to not influence the space with my meanings and my emotions. I am hollow bone. It is that center point of neutrality that even though that person's screaming, that they're fucking freeing themselves and you are the anchor, the pillar. The pillar of certainty. You're with them. You're with yourself, and space holding starts with you. If you're having a tantrum, if you're triggered, are you holding space? And this is your reminder to remember that you're not your emotions. This is that divine masculine, loving witness, protector, steward in service to love. Think about an unclogged pipe. Think about when everything goes vroom to the center and the energy boom rushes through. That's prana, baby. That's healing. And there's no perfected state on this planet. If you feel like you can be a perfectionist sometimes, write that down. Get that tattooed on your arm. There is no perfected state. Got it. Just remind yourself, remind me, let's remind each other, all that good stuff, right? That's the beauty of it. Why are we never done healing? Because love is infinite, and there's more love, and there's more money, and there's more travel. There's more of everything you long for. There's more. So this clearing and this coming up to an obstacle, all of this is just destined for us. You are exactly where you're meant to be, my love. Let's breathe. You are pure conscious awareness. You are not your body. You're not anything that you thought you were or anything that people tells you were. You're not your limiting beliefs. You are being. You are the breath. Now, shall we go into the other part, the holy union, of the yin and the yang and the light and the dark and the feminine and masculine. Are you ready? So, as you can tell, that energy moves upwards, right? Because awareness, let's stay in transcendence for a moment. Let's finish this up. So awareness exists around the headspace, right? Your awareness, right? Where are you aware? Where are your eyes? Where is your inner eye? Right? If you look up pictures of Jesus and Buddha, and you can look it up right now. Jesus and Buddha both are pictured with golden globes around their head. And that is symbolic, from what I've learned and what I vibe with and feel, of they have remembered their spiritual nature. And not only that, but they remembered their spiritual nature while walking on the earth. Now that is the flex. That is the heaven on earth. Check it. Like, they walked on earth with that halo. That it's like a half moon. It's not even a halo. It starts at one shoulder and it glows up over the head. That's in shamanism called the ninth chakra, and that is associated with the part of us that never dies, the part of us that never steps into human form, the part of us that is transcendent above and beyond the human world. You could call it perfection, you could call it God, you could call it perfect awareness, whatever. Untainted, untarnished. We all have this aspect. And what that glow represents is ding, ding, ding. Ah, I've remembered. And I've cultivated a remembrance and a relationship and a trust. And a trust of this true nature that I am. Do you know what a crown is? It symbolizes royalty. Do you know what the crown chakra is? It symbolizes spiritual awakening and oneness. It's all the same thing. This is about your innate worthiness. Why do only the royals wear crowns? Because the system wants us to stay as unworthy beings. Straight up. It doesn't serve them if we are all royals, does it? And when I say matrix, I mean the construct of this reality. That's imploding. That's not working. The food systems, the education systems, everything that is stacked against us. Time's up. Love you so much. Time's up. Think about the connections, the crown. Put your crown on. You are God. You are an emanation of the divine. Brahman equals Atman. Can you feel that elevation? Let's breathe and just imagine that glow above your head and imagine your aura filled with light. I am that I am. Soham, an ancient prayer, an ancient mantra. Soham, I am that I am. You can repeat that in meditation to cultivate this awareness of you. That's an upward moving energy, crown chakra, royalty, in service to love, in service to the people. A true leader makes other leaders, not followers. This is the new world. Let's talk about the deep and the dark and the yucky and the dirty and the immanence of God, shall we? So some traditions obviously think there is no immanence, right? It's just transcendence. We are void of God on this earth. Shamans would laugh at that. Are you kidding me? My teacher would say, we're not here to grow corn. We're not here to just grow corn. We're here to grow gods. All of us. That's us. Let's breathe into that. In some traditions, like I said, they are just about God isn't here. Heaven is later. Your dreams? No, they're later. Do good in this life, work really hard, and then heaven, afterlife. It's not here. It's not here. It's not here. It's not here. It's up there. It's out there. It's over there. It is not here. That's where we can get a little twisted. And what I'm bringing you today is called holy union. That transcendence is one half, and it's fucking liberating when understood properly, you could say. When it's not been distorted by the matrix, when it's not been distorted by systems and opinions and teachings and stories that want to disempower you. Right? This is about power, and this is about harnessing our power for good, for equality. We are a circle. We are one. This is our collective awakening now. So let's talk about shamanism. So I got into Reiki in a really big way. When I found energy medicine, I literally found my name. I was like, okay, That's the thing. Like, that's it. I want to help souls evolve. This is how we do it. Like, energy medicine is my jam. Like, I'm all in. I'm all in. So I studied Reiki. I worked with a lot of clients. I've been working with clients one-on-one since 2015. And I started teaching yoga in 2014. And I've been doing Reiki since 2015. So I've been working with clients one-on-one, hundreds. One-on-one since 2016. So that's what, 7 years, 6 or 7 years? And it's been absolutely epic. And what I realized with energy medicine was, well, first of all, let me back up. Let me get myself back in my tracks here. So as the years went by, I was teaching Reiki. I was a part of Reiki. I was just in the world of energy medicine. I was also in college, finishing up my degree in psychology, that type of thing. And then I found a dead bird by my car. And I picked up the bird with a tissue and I laid it by a tree. I laid it by a tree and I felt a significance in that moment. And that's when shamanism really came through to me. Shamanism is a feminine earth medicine tradition. We about to talk about the holy union of the deep, the dark, the wet, the embodied, and the immanent expression of God. Oh, goddess. You could call it God, goddess, right? But it's all one thing in these two expressions, right? Immanence and transcendence. These are emanations of the one. This is about the holy union of the self, the great work of inner marriage, inner union. Everything that we want comes from inner union. Everything that we want, money, amazing sex, the partner, every desire is born and is manifested through our journey of inner union, inner marriage, the holy union, because we ain't lacking. And lack is the greatest cock block to manifestation, because the truth of our being is you're not lacking. So if you're vibrating lack, you're not vibrating your truth. And if you're not vibrating your truth, you're just going to get things and people manifested to you that make you feel like shit or that repeat past patterns. And there's nothing wrong with that. We're all going to get to where we're going. It's just, we can take the, I don't want to say fast path. How about direct? We can take the direct path, which is about actively, not pursuing. Words are so powerful. Actively remembering. Ooh, I like that. So much better than pursuing. Listen, we are not on a hunt for this. This is already who we are. It's under your nose. It's here now. It's not over there. This is here. This is now. There's no pursuing needed. This is who you are. It's a remembrance. So I found shamanism and I found earth medicine. And I manifested all these, especially this one elder who trained me in Native American energy healing called Healing Hands and trained me in stone medicine. And she really impacted me, her presence and her energy. And she was the first teacher in shamanism that I had. And there were challenges through our relationship and a lot of learning and just a lot of humbling. Right away, shamanism is humbling. What I noticed with Reiki is, and they're all incredible. They're absolutely incredible medicines. Different times for different places, all incredible. No hierarchy. Yet what I noticed with Reiki was that it was very angelic. Place your hands wherever you want. In terms of a teacher training or a practitioner training, and follow the flow and be with what is. Shamanism is like, listen, we about to bang a drum and exercise a spirit. Are you fucking ready? Like, shamanism is like, and that's not performative. That's just the medicine sometimes. It's like, let's bang a drum and do some chants and some singing. And yeah, it's just less in the ethereal realms and more in the physical realm. Yes, we journey to dimensions and we travel, we do shamanic journeys, but my love, this is an earth medicine path What does that mean? It means it's about how you relate to the physical world, how you eat, how you love, how you dance, how you laugh. How do you relate to the earth? It doesn't care what you do in the spirit world. It says, how are you living? Are you in integrity with your word? Do you have these standards for yourself? And another way to look at this energy of immanence is, are you in your body? Let me tell you about something that changed my life. And you might know this if you've been with me for a couple years. And if you have, I love you so much. Thank you for being with me. And if you're newer around here, I love you so much too. So excited we get to do this life together. And I get to offer these remembrances to you and with you and for you. So I realized that in high school, I realized this a couple years ago. I realized that in high school, I left my body because it was too hard. So what we see in shamanism is soul loss in a different way, where think about a veteran. Trigger warning. Something horrific happens. And in order for that person to self-preserve, the consciousness actually splits off and hovers above the experience. There's a disembodied in an unhealthy way. And this is actually a protection mechanism where we will split off from our totality to self-preserve. It's like a child experiencing intense trauma. They could, not everybody does this, and everyone's different, but it's a skill. To disassociate is actually a skill that's learned when there's intense trauma, when something doesn't feel safe, when it's too hard to be in the body, when it's too much. I think we all know that feeling. I think we all have soul loss. I think you're listening to this because it's your time to come into holy union. And it's not hard. You can touch your heart and say, I call every part of me back into my body right now. And then love yourself home. I used to have addiction things, and I used to go out of my body, right? I had an addiction for like 7 years, and I used to just hover because I had a lot of mental health challenges. And it was just really hard, and I didn't want to be here for a while, and it felt hopeless, and I learned how to disassociate, right? And without going too deep into that, because that could be a whole episode in and of itself, and let me know if you're interested in hearing more about my story with that and essentially coming home to my body. You know, anything can be used as a tool to be exorcised from the body. Sugar. And this is not healthy numbing, like watching a show or, healthy distractions. This is like, I don't want to feel this. I am consciously leaving my body right now. Body, I didn't mean that. That was too big of a mantra for me right now. That was an example. I am completely in my body. Words are so powerful. Words are absolute spells. I am completely present and safe in my body now. So many of us, it's really, really hard to be in the body because we've experienced trauma. The world is really hard. We will have to face our pain and face the truth that maybe this relationship that I've been in for 3 years, I don't want to be in. It's like when we go to sit and be still and be present, the truth gonna be revealed. So this is about the immanence aspect of the divine, is about being in the body. Sadness arises in you, become it, merge with it, let it move through you, welcome it, if it feels safe, of course. Be sadness, be imperfect, be messy as fuck, be dark, be wet, be tangled, be embodied in this world of duality. Immanence is the ruthlessness of life herself, the unexpected, the unknown. feeling fucking everything, feeling pleasure, feeling orgasm, feeling, can you feel this level? This is the incarnate. This is the I am in a body and I am fully frickin' here. And it's a daily journey, especially if you're highly spiritual and attuned to the energetic emotional planes. It is so important to call yourself down into your body every day. Through yoga, through meditation, through prayer, through chant, through touching your legs, through twerking, whatever. If you are you, which you are, and I bet you're highly attuned and sensitive and just epic and empathic, it is so important to claim your incarnation, to be a messy human. Because when we drop inside the body, we are actually being in our feminine essence. And what does the feminine do? Gender or not, this energy births our dreams onto this planet. This feminine energy takes an idea and makes it real. It's the incarnate. If we are lacking in this feminine presence, our ideas are going to stay in the head. The feminine is literally birthing babies, sure, one aspect, and birthing dreams. This is about descension. Immanence is about ascension. Transcendence. No sorry is needed. Transcendence is about ascending, and immanence is about descending. It's the spiral. If transcendence is that pillar, that cock, I'm just gonna say it, that pillar of light, that pillar of consciousness, that erect. It's all symbolic. Again, it's beyond gender, yet it's really all symbolic. Then the divine feminine is the open womb, the open yoni, the vagina, right? The portal through which life is born, through the mystery, through the darkness, through the wetness, through the unknown, the holy unknown. We cannot control this wild beast of life. That is immanence. We are in the body, on the journey, in it. And if you want to experience your dreams on this planet, you are required to abide in your body, my love, to feel the full spectrum from pain to pleasure. If you want to feel more abundant, more wealthy, wealth is a consciousness. If you want to feel wealth, and if you want greater orgasms and greater sexual vitality and energy, you are going to need to be in your body and feel through the sorrow, the upset. It's like we can't numb one and unnumb the other. It's all or nothing here. That was a bit intense. I don't love that. It's all or nothing. Let's just toss that and say this is about becoming unnumb and becoming deeply willing to be in the body and wade out all the emotions. The transcendence is like that crystalline, and these work together. This is the holy union. And if you're picking up one, this is some really esoteric stuff. If you've picked up and integrated one aspect of this episode, then snaps to you, you're incredible. If you leave here today with one piece to weave into your life, hallelujah. This is really, and I've been dreaming and thinking, and I've been living this for many years, yet this crystallized teaching came through me tonight and I had to share it. This is about the holy union. When we are deep in the body, feeling orgasmic energy, because it's not about the goal. It's not about the goal, that blip of orgasm, right? When we are expanding the pleasure in our body and feeling orgasmic, can we also be the witness? Can we play both energies? Yes. It's a practice. How fun that we get to practice this. This is the inner marriage. So let's be with this immanence for a moment. Let's place the hands on the lap if you can. Take a deep breath. And this is the spiral path downward. So just literally feel your energy go down. Keep your heart a little bit lifted. But just feel the descension. Feel your roots just go boom, just drop them. Breathe down. This is the channel of letting go. I am completely here with you now. You can repeat these mantras. I am fully present in my body now. I allow every emotion moving through me now. It is safe to be imperfect. I don't have to know everything. I trust beyond what my eyes can see. I feel my way through. Just feel your energy go down, rooting straight into the center of the planet. You are completely safe to ground. Relax your shoulders. Just clearing some space. You might want to do that too. Or do some dry brushing, hand to the shoulder, just dry brush down. Spirits, I invoke protections for everybody listening to this. I invoke, if it's okay with the listener, if there's consent, let's together invoke power. Spiritual light power around us so that we are safe to be in this holy union. Because this is a rebellious act in a world where some individuals want us disempowered. This remembrance, this embodiment of your union is an act of rebellion, and it's an act of remembrance. That's the word of the day. So let's be in that groundedness for another moment. Just feel that. I am completely safe here now. You can be deeply rooted into this planet and into this dimension without carrying the suffering of the world, my love. Please hear that. Please hear that. You don't have to hold that. Let that go into the earth and be transmuted now. Deep breath in. Make a sound, make a movement. Bring a smile to your face if that feels right. Maybe seal it up, palms at the heart. That literally represents the marriage of the left hemisphere of the brain and the right hemisphere of the brain. Feel your hands connect in that holy union. Maybe bow your head to your heart, symbolizing a release of needing to know and just trusting. Let's take one more breath to seal up this beautiful share today. Thank you for being here and going on this journey with me. I would love to hear if you want to share how this integrated with you. Share what your favorite takeaway was. And if you want to go the extra mile, if you loved this, share it on your stories on Instagram. Send it to a loved one who you know speaks this language. Let's keep sharing that wealth and remembrance, and let's keep this growing and going. We are so much stronger and more lit together. This is a collective journey of awakening and remembering. I love you so much. Thank you, thank you, thank you. And I'm so excited to chat with you soon. See ya. Hey love, thank you so much for tuning in today for Spiritually Empowered Podcast. I hope you absolutely loved this episode, and if you did, please share it with somebody who you really feel would benefit from these teachings and from this remembrance. I hope you have an incredible day wherever you're at in your world, and I will talk to you very soon. Love you.